Thanks again for those of you that don't know what video mapping is. It's the coolest technology ever. It basically allows you to take multiple surfaces. Right now we have these little cubes right here, and I'm going to basically just map some videos on them, quick and easy. And while I really can't show you what's going on my screen and this at the same time, I'm going to describe it as best as I can. I also have a video online that shows you both screens while I'm mapping my house for the first time ever. So if I can map my house for the first time ever without very little training in 5 minutes, you guys will be able to do this too. First of all, some of the tools that are traded you do need a good projector. That doesn't mean you have to go and spend tens of thousands of dollars. Actually, Cat with NLFX would be able like a $600 BenQ short throw projector that's insanely bright, and that's what I've been using for some of my short throw projecting surfaces. If you're going to do a long throw video mapping, you're going to need a different projector for that. But obviously they can help you out with that end. As far as computers, RKS can actually run on almost virtually anything. I did one school dance where we mapped to 4 individual video screens that turned into one giant 56-foot video wall. Some of the videos that I ran were 4K quality, and it was a Core 2 dual processor. So it is very lightweight. But that doesn't mean go run in our computer from 1995 either. I'm running it right now on my MacBook Pro. It's just an i7, about 16 gigs of RAM. To give you an idea of how stable this program is, I've ran CompuShow on Parallels, my laser software, Virtual DJ with timecode, and Arceus on this computer at the same time. It's my subtle way of saying get a Mac. But other than that, the other nice thing about Arceus is that if you do run it on OS X, it runs what we call Siphon. Are you guys familiar with Siphon technology? Okay, so do you use Virtual DJ or Mix Emergency by any chance with Serato? So there's a little plugin called Siphon. So let's say I want to take my music videos from Virtual DJ into Arceus. Well, before, you would have to go out to a digital video converter or something like that. It's expensive, time-consuming, and took up memory like no one's business. Siphon will basically erase that VGA output that Mix Emergency would have, or Virtual DJ would output to, and outputs it to a Siphon server. Then Arceus has a Siphon receiver, and it takes that signal in there. So basically I can output my video directly from Virtual DJ or Mix Emergency. I'd say Tractor, but and I can literally basically run my own VJ show with my own keyboard commands and everything else. Now I use like the MXR14 and the reloops. That's basically my killer setup. The user button on my reloops are used to trigger different functions in Arceus with MIDI. So there's a bunch of really cool stuff you can do with it. So again, it's going to start. So basically, when I open up Video Mapper, first thing you want to do is you want to have the XT plugin. That XT plugin is going to allow you to do the video mapping. And I'm going to click on my Video Mapper, and this little window comes up. And on the left, I'm going to kind of hold it up here so you can see. Let's unplug that for a second. On the left, it shows me the projectors. Now, this projector's in red because that's my old projector. But it's not going to delete all my mapping just because the projector isn't hooked up. And that's a big thing. You don't want to do all the work and then it deletes all the information. It's showing me the current projector that's on here. And I went ahead and I just created a new surface. So I just clicked on the little buttons and I can click either a triangle or I can create a square. And now you can see the surface area right here on the screen live. So I'm going to go ahead and just project it to that box. Now, let me go over here for just a second so you guys can see. On surface, there's a button that says Edit Grid. When I click on Edit Grid, it's going to allow me to add additional points. So right now, all I can edit is this point here, that point there, and that point there. But I want to be able to do it, you know, where I want to do something in between, or maybe I need to shake the surface to correct the keystone. But we're going to go and just keep it very simple. I'm going to go and grab this corner over here. Actually, let's just move the whole thing down. There we go. So we're going to just grab that there, and literally we're just going to paint by numbers there. Now we're going to take this guy over here. Let me bring this out a little bit more. There we go. So I'm just going to, again, if you guys can move a mouse and keyboard and operate Microsoft Paint, you can pretty much do this. Now once you have it all set, of course, you can do some fine tuning, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff. So there we are. We have surface number 1. We've mapped our very first surface ever. I can actually go in there and have it show me a live preview of different surfaces that I'm doing. But I'm just going to go ahead and click on another square, and it's going to give me a second output. 1 sec, there we go. So now we're going to see, and it says, right there, you can see it on that square where it says surface 2. So now we're going to click on Edit Grid so I can grab each individual point. And we're gonna do the same thing we just did before. Just gonna connect them to these two squares. And again, that's where you want your projector to be a little bit higher, because the projector is lower than the surface. I'm pretty much blocked by the shadow here. That's fine, no big deal. And we're gonna go here. All right, so you got that so far, right? Pretty easy. Now we're just gonna go to click one more surface shape. And I'm gonna see surface number 3, edit grid. And we're gonna color right, we're just gonna do the one side of this little square here. Go ahead and just shape it so at least it fits within. The amazing thing to me about this software is that this used to be almost, you know, something impossible for the average DJ to think about. And now you're going to be able to do some really cool things, like for example creating something unique at a wedding show, where maybe during the head table you can map special photos, or during the gift table you can have it map, you know, really cool things. If you use gobo projectors or projectors to do gobos, let's say you use like the BenQ with the wireless video transmitter that it comes with, because some of the BenQ projectors have that wireless video. Now you can have automatic keystone correction with all of your gobos. So yeah, we're just going to have it there. Now you'll see that it kind of kicks down a little bit there. I want to go ahead and fix that little nudge. So I'm going to basically tell it to add one more control point vertically. So let's go here, control point there. Oops, I meant horizontally, I'm sorry. And you can see that it added a couple extra lines, so we're just going to go right there. And that's good enough for now. I'm going to go ahead and export it just to save it, because I want to make sure that if anything screws up, I didn't lose all of my work. And I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And OK. So right now, it's under the mapping of whole house, because that was when I mapped the whole house. But I'm just going to click on a video, and I'm going to choose surface 1. And I can choose surface 2. I can choose a bunch of different surfaces on here. So let me go ahead and go into output. We have two different outputs here. I can choose the master preview output, and then have the output for each one. Don't get it confused or they will not work properly. So I'm just going to go here and go into surface 1, and there it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and put another one and go into surface 2, and there it is right there. Now let's do the matrix into surface 3, and there it is right there. It takes just a few seconds to do. But maybe you might think, well, what happens if I want these two to be the same and then switch back and forth? Okay, not a problem. I'm going to go to edit output groups. I'm just going to click on new, and we're going to call it bottom cube. And on bottom cube, I want surface 1, surface 2, close. Now I'm going to go here, choose bottom cube, and there it is right there for both of them. Or I can go here and then choose this one to surface 3, and there it is right there. Too quickly, easy to do. Now I noticed that that's obviously not the way I want it to, so I can open up my mapper again and just adjust it however I want. But right there, I don't have a college degree in video mapping. I didn't go to school for it. I've been doing this for maybe a year and a half that I've actually played around with it, but I've really got into video mapping more and more. This is something you can do instantly. It is the coolest technology out there. And that, essentially in a nutshell, is Arceus. So what else can you do with Arceus? Well, if you don't get the video mapping software, it has automatic keystone correction with a simple one. So if you have a video screen, you can actually grab the points and map them to each part of the screen. Again, I'm not spending hours trying to make sure I need it to look perfect on my screen. I am a stickler when it comes to my video screens. I want it to look good. So I just have that projector bleed slightly over my screen, and then I have the fill the corners so it fits each screen individually, and I'm good to go. I have 4 14-foot video screens. I use the video mapping option, and I have a surface where it'll map across all 4 surfaces at a time. Do you know how cool it is that I go up to school and say, "Hi, I'm Arnoldo with 4 schools only, and I have a 56-foot video screen." What does your DJ have? He doesn't have a 56-foot video screen, that's for sure. Also, it's great to watch the football game with, too. But But there's more and more things that you can do with it. Let's say you're doing, for example, a wedding. At the very beginning, you can have a monogram coming in. When we introduce them, you can have one side do live video of the bride and groom, the other side doing photos of them growing up together. There's some really unique things that you can do with video with Archaeus, and whether you want to do something really advanced or something simple, it's the way to go, because right out of the box, you're going to get a whole bunch of really cool built-in scenes. Like these that I'm using right now are all coming with Archaeus, and I don't know if you can tell, but this one actually reacts to the sound. So you can actually have a bunch of these pre-active. So let's go over here, and I can layer stuff on top of each other. So this was originally equalizer on a black background. I told it I want it to be translucent and remove the black background, and I can have that now on top of my music videos. A lot of times when we're doing music videos, if I see something that I really don't want it to be because the music video is dirty, I have one of my layers or my banks that's mapped to a key on my system. So I'm like, oh crap, I don't want that there. I just hold that down till the offending stuff is over, and then it disappears. Great for school dances. Great when you're doing king and queen and you can quickly type up text on the spot. Again, there's so many cool things, and it's going to allow you to do branding, because let's say that we do the whole video screen. Let's say this is an actual video screen here. I want people to know, look, you're rocking with the best. You're rocking with 4 schools only. I don't want the logo of some other company on my stuff. I want my logo on there. So on the music videos, my logo's on there. On live video, my logo's on there. The hashtags, all the stuff is always on there. And you can tell Archaeus, keep this layer on top every time. No matter what I put on it, this layer stays on top. So it has priority modes. If you ever use the video mixer, I'm telling you right now, scrap it, because this is going to replace everything a video mixer will ever do. And because it's software based, it's going to grow with you. Now, ADJ distributes 2 versions right now. There's Grand VJ, which is this guy right here, and then Steve, he's next to the laptop with Media Master Express. Media Master Express is the boss hog of it all, other than Pro. And the big advantage between Media Master Express is it does give you more information at the same time. There is a little bit more of a learning curve to it, but it also supports CleanNet, which all those LEDs that you see in the front, you could take a music video and then map parts of that music video to work with your LEDs. So now your LEDs work alongside your videos. It just makes a whole different show. You could basically bring a small EDC to your corporate events or weddings or school. So that is essentially mapping in a nutshell.